Hello and a very warm welcome to a brand new edition of To The Point with me, Frank Pereira. On the show this week, I have a very special guest with me. He is a doctor by profession, but he dons a different hat now, that of a politician. He is a Minister of State Independent Charge for the Ministry of Tourism and Culture, and he is also the Junior Minister in the Civil Aviation industry. It is my pleasure to welcome Dr. Mahesh Sharma on the program. Dr. Sharma, thank you for joining me.
Thanks.
In charge of so many ministries and so much to talk to you about. But let's start with the tourism ministry and let's find out about what you're doing as far as the tourism sector is concerned. You know, there's immense potential for tourism in India. But do you think that that potential has been tapped adequately, and do you think that potential has been reached?
I think the Honorable Prime Minister has rightly identified tourism as a motivating factor for employment, for foreign exchange, and the importance he has established at all places, whether talking from the perches of Red Fort, BRICS, Australia, USA, all places he has talked high about the tourism importance. I must thank him that the three ministries which has got a good synergy among themselves has been assigned to me with independent charge. Now I think it's my duty to do justice to the responsibility which has been bestowed on me. India is, if you talk of India anywhere, we don't talk of the billion or trillion dollars of foreign exchange reserves. What I talk of that filmy style कि मेरे पास माँ है, so I say I have got a rich heritage and culture with India. And now with that rich heritage and culture, via mode of tourism, giving wings of aviation, let's take it to the corners of the world. I think that has been the vision of the Prime Minister.
Yes.
And I have to execute it with the three ministries in front of me.
How far has that execution plan come along? What are the plans for the tourism industry for the next year?
See, I have taken over about 3.5 months back, and we have been able to achieve what? There are three strengths of tourism. One part is cleanliness, other part is security, and the third one is hospitality. The Indian people, we are known for hospitality. That's true that we are not as clean as we should have been. Thanks to Prime Minister's Swachhata Abhiyan, we have linked our tourism with first drive as a cleanliness drives. Swachh Smarak, Swachh Bharat, Swachh Paryatan, Swachh Pakwan. Everything we have linked it with the cleanliness first. Because whenever international tourists come or for a domestic tourist, he just looks for the cleanliness part over there. For in the first phase, we have identified 25 most visited monuments or tourist sites as Adarsh Smarak. And what we have started with them, then let's first clean them. And we will add further list to this.
Cleanliness is godliness.
Yes, and that is again not only tourism of just monuments or something like that. We have potential of, can somebody imagine, 73% of Himalayas we have. We have River Ganga. We have 4 good weathers. We have beautiful snow, beautiful sea, 7,500 kilometers of the coastal belt we have. We have spiritual pilgrimage at all places. Ecotourism we have. Medical tourism. I being a doctor, I think you have rightly identified as a doctor that we have not tapped even what to talk of the full potential, not even 20% of the potential. We share a very small share of the world tourist market, 0.64% or so.
Yes, of the GDP.
So I think even if we increase it to what vision and what target we have to make it to at least 1% in the next 1.5 years, that is our vision. How to achieve it and what we have achieved till now. The three strength parts will take cleanliness part. Security part we propose, especially for the international tourists. We propose E2E tourism, end-to-end tourism, where any person who lands in our country, at immigration counter, he gets a welcome card from our ministry and from Government of India that we welcome you to India.
You know, I'm going to take you up on that point of security of international tourists. Of late, we've seen that international footfall of tourists to India has reduced. If you look at the Taj Mahal in particular and single out the Taj Mahal, details and data tells us that the Taj Mahal has seen a decrease of 7% of tourists in the last 3 years. There have been significant crimes that have taken place in Agra especially and several of the other places. What's being done to, reassure foreign tourists that India is a safe place? The Delhi gang rape has also seen so much of significant coverage in the world media. It has come to the spotlight again this month. So that too seems to be driving away foreign tourists. So how are you going to reassure the foreign tourists?
You're very right. As regard the data goes gone, it's true that Taj tourist visitors has decreased. But overall, we have a growth of 5.9% in world tourist market. This is WTO's data, what has come just now.
That's true.
So, we are definitely concerned about the falling tourists, and on the inspiration of Honorable Prime Minister, just about 10 days back, I visited a surprise visit to Taj, and I found out certain things which were not good happenings over there. We took certain decisions on the spot, and they are in the process of implementation.
And what are these decisions?
Like, I talked to the foreign tourist over there. This is a lot of crowd over there. So a person takes a 20 rupees tickets in the morning and he remains there for the whole days. From there, he sells his Taj Mahal, he sells his hotel, he sells his auto, he becomes a photographer also. So he becomes, what has been troubling Taj is one culture, what is called a Lapka culture. So there were about 3,000 people of this variety in the Taj at that time when I visited that place. We made that nothing doing, this Taj ticket will be for 2 hours. Then, number of photographers, official photographers, will authorize them, that will be reduced. There is a court intervention, but we will inform to the court also that we are taking this because of this interest. Second thing, all ticketings we are making, earlier at one gate, we have made it e-ticketing. Now we propose that all the 3 gates will have e-ticketing. You can have your itinerary prepared when you start from your country or sitting in the hotel over here. So no queuing and all those things. There were complaints that frisking by the security personnels, especially to the international tourists, in the name of security, there were certain questions were being raised. We have addressed that issue also, that a proper guidance, that what all decisions, how a frisking should be done, watching that a female modesty and all those things, that also issue addressed. There was no eating joint in the Taj at that. There was in a very shabby state, and can you believe that issue was pending between the 2 ministries?
Yes.
And both the ministries are now under the same minister for last at least about 1 year. We said nothing doing, settle this issue within 48 hours. Thanks God, it has been settled within 48 hours. Now we propose, it was between Culture and Tourism Ministry.
Yes.
So now that place, we will have a excellent facilitation center. Till that time, we will have a beautiful dining place, talk of the town dining place for our domestic international tourists over there. Crowd control will be doing. Security and this Lapka culture, this will be taking care. The parking was in a bad and shabby state. We took care of that. International tourist pays about some 750 rupees or so. We planned, and rather orders has been given that let they have a separate toilet facility for all those people, especially for the international tourists when they come to us. And of course, I saw that the domestic tourist facility was up to mark. Not very good, but not bad also. So these are the certain issues. There is a 22 hectare land piece, barren with some jhadis and all those trees between Agra Fort and Taj.
Yes.
That has got some intervention with the court or so. So we took a decision. At the ASI, I took my ASI officer over there. The work to start, at least let's make it green. And one more problem what Agra is facing. Some lobbies working for that. This is a tug of war between 2 tourist lobbies. We wish that our tourist who goes to Agra should stay at least an overnight, preferably 2 nights over there. But now the culture is, the buses goes there and maybe they visit Agra for a few hours, by the evening come back, and the hotel industry is collapsing over there.
So you've taken a direct hands-on approach as far as the ministry is concerned, and that is well appreciated, and we've seen the work being done. Thus far, the criticism has been, if you look at the periphery of the Taj Mahal, there's not much development. The bylanes are very narrow. It's not very clean. there's silt on the water, on the riverbed. So those aspects of its cleanliness, of course, is a major concern as far as the Taj is concerned. There are some people who believe that because it is a Muslim monument, not enough attention is given to the Taj Mahal. Do you want to react to that?
See, Taj is a matter of pride for us. It's a national pride. We cannot divide it in Hindus and Muslims. I think nobody has talked about this. Only people with short mentalities and short sight people, those who believe in such mythology, they talk of such issues. In spite of being Taj with us, the seven wonders, we have not been able to make this tourist spot a happening place. We have taken certain decisions. Out of 750 rupees, what we take from a foreign tourist, 250 rupees comes to this our ministry. That's Archaeological Survey of India. 500 goes to Agra Development Authority. I had talked to the government, state government also, that how can we improve Taj not only, but Agra as a whole, especially the connectivity to Agra. That is what has been my vision, and they have responded with a positive spirit that they will support this cause, because after all it's a state. Out of 750, 500 rupees goes to that Agra City Development Authority. And even let me tell you that 250 rupees which comes to our ministry, it goes to the Consolidated Fund of India. It doesn't remain with the ministry. So that is also true. But at the same time, we have taken this as a challenge, and we will see that within next 3 to 6 months, Taj's glory in the number of increasing FTAs and cleanliness, security, the greenery will see the new.
Let's widen the scope a little bit and go beyond the Taj Mahal. At least what I have seen, at least, correct me if I'm wrong, but then the problem that I've noticed with tourism in India is the fact that, take Varanasi for instance. Yes, the ghats are being cleaned now, and there's a lot of work being done as far as cleanliness drive is concerned, but then the river Ganga is still dirty, so that creates a problem. For instance, let's take Haridwar now. Haridwar is clean, much work is being done there, but the roads leading to Haridwar are not up to the mark. So somewhere there is some kind of an issue that comes up as far as a tourist place is concerned. So are these things also being looked at through a holistic approach?
See, this time with synergy in these three ministries, we have taken it as a challenge, especially to the domestic tourism, international tourism, and especially these three issues. Even we have seen that if the security part is not being provided by the state governments or the local people over there, our ministry will intervene. We will even appoint our security personnel for that purpose. We'll train our people not to make the area dirty, and of course other measures whatever can be taken. But we have taken this as a challenge in the wider interest of the nation also. After all, it gives us a lot of revenue.
Yes, it
does. It gives you us a revenue of, can somebody imagine, 1,07,000 crore of revenue, which is almost about 6.88% of the,
almost 7% of the GDP.
Of the GDP. So there is a lot of scope for this and for the employment also. It generates directly, indirectly to the tune of about 12.36% of the employment also. So looking into all those angles, and we have something to sell. We have something to market, something to propagate. Why not to do it?
Yes.
We have not taken the things in a professional manner, and clear vision of the Honorable Prime Minister, directions that this department, this industry needs to be addressed in the right perspective. That is our vision.
Sure. On that note, we'll slip into a short break, but we'll continue talking to the Minister on the other side. Stay tuned. We'll be right back. Welcome back. You're watching Rajya Sabha Television. In conversation with Dr. Mahesh Sharma. Doctor, before the break, we were talking about the Tourism Ministry in detail. Of course, we could not go too much into detail as far as the Tourism Ministry is concerned, but you're also in charge of several of the other ministries that you spoke about. Let's talk about the Culture Ministry now. What are your top 3 priorities as far as that ministry is concerned?
See, the Culture Ministry, somebody talks, what is this ministry? Can you imagine? We have 39 organizations in this ministry, be it Sangeet Natak Academy, be it National School of Drama, be it National Archives, be it Archaeological Survey of India, and Lalit Kala Academy. Lalit Kala Academy has got 24 acres of land with us. Nehru Memorial has got 42 acres of land in Lieutenant's Zone, probably not maintained in the right spirit. And So we have taken this ministry, which is our real strength, which we have, and that strength is the what we have to talk in front of the world fora. And again, my vision has been that before a youth of this country visiting Thailand or Dubai or another, let him first explore the rich heritage and culture of my country first. And we are taking initiatives on that school-going children, before he completes 15, 16 years of the age, he visits our such monuments. We have made special plans. Sometimes we visit a Humayun tomb or some place or something, and without information, it becomes just like a wall, it just becomes just like a structure. So we have planned that all these such structures, there will be a 3 to 5 to 7 minutes, depending on time, introduction about that. This is what you should learn from the European tourist places.
Yes.
They create everything out of nothing. In a 10 acre of land, maybe there will be a small bird throwing some lights and some glorification. I think we have this strength. So we have to do that justice to the rich heritage culture we have. And I think we have started work on that, and results will be available shortly.
Sure. Talking about that's a very novel thing that you've spoken about. There's so much to explore in India before we actually go abroad. But unfortunately, people in South India do not know the places in North India, and people in North India do not know the places in South India. There are several thousand monuments in our country. Many of them are in a dilapidated condition, and work is taking place. Restoration work is in progress to try and restore some of these monuments at least back to their old glory. But how far has that process come? Have you identified any particular places to try and restore at the earliest?
See, at present, Archaeological Survey of India has got 3,685 protected monuments with us. And we take around some 700 to 800 monuments every year, depending on the funds available, for repair work, for maintenance and all those works. That is what the process goes on. It's a continuous process. We have about 32 places of national importance. Recently, our 2 of the sites have been given this UNESCO registration. 25 sites are from the cultural site and 7 sites are from the nature site. They are in the UNESCO list also. About ticketed monuments, we have about some 116 ticketed monuments from that. So, and we are in the process of increasing this, like Bombay also, Delhi also we propose to be included in that UNESCO's list of rich heritage and all those things. So this is how we are promoting this and protecting this, all of our monuments. And some of them are in a dilapidated situation, I agree with you. But majority of these 3,685, what are under ASI, they seems to be in a bit comfortable position. I don't say in an excellent position, but they are quite comfortable. They don't face any danger of getting lost or getting demolished or something like that. That's how we proceed at.
Mr. Arun Jaitley in his budget speech said that the facilities at India's 25 cultural World Heritage sites are still deficient and require restoration, and he's also proposed to provide some kind of resources to start the restoration process. So what are the kind of resources that you have at your disposal?
See, he took this input from our ministry that what all are the monuments. So we gave him a list of 25 monuments which are mostly visited. And we want to really update their services, be it availability of a clean toilet, be it availability of parking place, dining place. So that is what he proposes to. And he declared it, and declared especially the 9 monuments especially of national importance. The process of upgrading them is yet to come. Declaration of the budgets, that whether some separate funds or what will be the SP will be there, that is, we are waiting for that still directions. But we propose to, at the first phase, we propose to do it with these 25 monuments and make them a talk of the town situation.
We have several museums in India and very interesting ones at it. If you really go in there and take a look at some of these museums, they're really remarkable. But unfortunately, there are not too many people who are interested in museums, especially the youth of the nation, do not tend to venture towards a museum. So is there a way you're looking at trying to increase the footfalls as far as museums are concerned? Because, you can get a lot of cultural heritage from most of these museums.
we are celebrating 125th years foundation day of National Archives, and so history is much beyond that. Anything of more than 100 years and of national importance we took under our ministry. And of course, as I've said, that I am also pained that when we don't explore our rich heritage culture and want to go for a Sentosa Island which is being visited by 2 crore visitors every year. And I am worried that my all takeaway from the sources is only about 67 lakhs or so. So that needs to be addressed, and for which we have taken the security measure of visiting international tourists and domestic tourists also. We have started a helpline with this 1363. At present, it is in 2 languages, Hindi and English. It's a 24 hours, 365 days. We propose it to take it to 12 languages. A Japanese tourist, a Chinese tourist will get an answer in his language. So that is what we propose to. And end-to-end tourism, connectivity by, if not by fixed wings of aircrafts, we propose it to make by helicopter services. Special attention is being given to northeast states and Himalayan states. Okay. There are the new experiments. For budget of about 600 crore rupees has been dedicated for this purpose. For 5 circuits we have declared today. The one is this coastal circuit, Buddhist circuit. Believe it, out of 8 places associated with Lord Buddha, 7 are in our country. So that's our strength.
Yes.
And coastal belt, I have told you, 7,500 kilometers of coastal belt. The northeast, the Himalayan circuit, the Krishna circuit, which has been this time, first time it has been declared the Krishna circuit. So that also we propose to start.
Let's talk about the other ministry that you're in charge of, the Civil Aviation Ministry. You know, there was a major scare a few months ago with regards to SpiceJet. What is the health of the Civil Aviation Ministry now?
See, people say, if they talk of civil aviation, Air India. We are not Air India Ministry. We are in the wider interest of civil aviation industry. We work, be it domestic airlines, be it international airlines. Of course, we have got some emotional attachment with our national carrier Air India, no doubt about that. But at the same time, this industry, especially Air India, is at present in a bit bad shape, needs to be addressed. We have taken measures. This time, I think with the financial budgeting, we will be able to make this financial situation better by about some 1,500 crores or so as compared to last year's.
But how long is the government really going to carry the burden of Air India? Are you thinking of privatization or maybe some kind of investment? What is it that you're looking at? What are the long-term plans for Air India?
Honorable Prime Minister, at the beginning's opening mark said, government has no business to do business, and especially the hospitality industry. Because I can make you work on gunpoint, but I cannot make you smile. And these are the industry which need a smile at the back of the mind. I am not totally in favor of disinvestments also and privatizing the things also, because SpiceJet was a private airline, Kingfisher was a private airline. And this is something we shirk our challenges. If I cannot make this organization in a profitable manner, sell it off. That should not be the approach.
So how are you going to make it profitable? Because that's the question on everyone's mind. Even the parliamentarians seem to be very interested in what's happening with Air India.
We have taken it as a challenge. We have taken this as a challenge that we can. Some staff and all those problems are there. If we are able to address that problem, this industry will be in profits. Don't worry about that.
Okay.
If Indigo can be on time, Air India will also be in time. And if other aviation airlines can be in profit, we can be. Our airport authority earns about a profit about 2,800 crores per year. Pawan Hans, our subsidiary, there are 4 components of this ministry. Pawan Hans has earned a profit about some 40 crores or so in the last year. Then DGCA, that is also a perfect organization. Bureau of Civil Aviation. Air India, there is a bottleneck because it being an national, it serves some social responsibilities also.
Sure. You know, let's talk about the anti-hijacking bill now. Where does it stand? Of course, you know, how soon do you see it coming into existence? Because it's a very important bill.
I think nobody will be against this bill. We have made certain stringent laws. And the bill has already been introduced. Any day it comes on the list will be passed. Maybe in this session or in the next session. Hopefully, it should be passed. I don't think there will be any question from any side about the question of this.
We're almost running out of time. We have time for one final question, and I'd like to ask a question about Odisha. You've been made the BJP state in charge for that particular state. What are your plans for Odisha?
I'm going to Odisha on 21st. And I had visited that place earlier also. Odisha needs to be explored because there is a lot of like-minded people. Those who believe in BJP thought process, I have explored that. Now, it's only that we have to put it on rails. And I hope we'll be able to do something better than earlier.
All right.
And about my Noida, definitely it's my working place, it's my Karam Bhumi. At the first phase, we started for 18 years, they were waiting, National Culinary Institute and National Institute of Museology in about 15 acres of the land. We have started it within 1.5 months of my taking over as a ministry with investment of 175 crores. Second thing, we proposed to put it Noida and on an international circuit from Akshardham to that park, then to Appughar Museum, then to Botanical Garden, then we have night safari, and then of course Formula 1 race. And let's believe that we will have an airport if things materialize, and connectivity to Mathura and Agra.
Great.
So we've done it for the Noidas.
That's all the time we have on this edition of To The Point. Thank you so much, Dr. Sharma, for being with us on the program. A pleasure having you on the show. Thank you so much for watching. Bye-bye.